Good morning. I've called this meeting to ask if we are serving our ELLs as well as we could be, specifically in the area of gifted instruction as well as other forms of enrichment or IEPs or even 504 plans. I first went to the Kansas report card, which you've all seen, which led me, more importantly, to the civil rights data collection that can be accessed through the school report card. Specifically, I went to the special reports for schools and districts, English learner reports. And there I found the following data, which I thought was kind of disturbing. As you can see, in this building, 61% of our ELL students are Asian, whereas 23% are white. And as you can see, it kind of has a converse relationship. 61% of our ELL students are Asian, but only 30% of those have been diagnosed as gifted. 23% of our ELL students are white, but 53% have been given a gifted designation. In comparable buildings, you'll see that 24% of Asians were tested at 0% as gifted. 64% of white population was our ELL students, and 100% of those are gifted. 46% Asians were comparable to the white ELL students, and yet 0% of the Asian ELL students were given a gifted designation. So what does that tell us? It tells me that there may be a language barrier. There could be outright discrimination. I don't want to believe that, though. So what I think is that these tests are probably skewed toward Western Germanic languages and not Asian languages. Our district requires a 99th percentile result on state assessments and MAP testing. This may not be realistic. These tests are in English. They are available in other languages, but not enough. Children who have been in the U.S. more than a year must take all standardized tests. And if they've been in the U.S. less than a year, they only take the math tests. However, these do not penalize the building, but they seem to be penalizing the students. And we're looking for the servicing of students, not buildings. There is a test called the Wechsler Nonverbal Test of Intelligence, and it tests problem solving, but it's not going to necessarily be geared toward a gifted audience. We need to work together as a community. Gifted children are sometimes a problematic population. They frequently have anxieties that may impair good test taking. And if you combine that with the idea that they're taking a test in a foreign language, then that is definitely going to affect the results. These statistics are important, but they are not the only thing that we should be looking at. If we're going to advocate for all students, we need to pay attention to observation and anecdotal qualitative data in addition to just quantitative data. Standardized tests are fine and important, but that's where we should start. After that, we need to pay attention to the stakeholders. This building is no longer committed to lip service. If you think, as a professional that deals with a child and works with a child every day, all day, we want to hear from you. Anecdotal evidence from teachers will be viewed as proof, and that includes paraeducators and lunchroom staff. Everyone who works with a child, I want to hear your observations. Program standard CKS2A says that the district leader will identify and use diverse stakeholder resources to improve school programs. So if you have an observation about a child, I want to put you with the proper staff who can collaborate with you and think about the services that would best benefit the child. ISTE EL3D says education leaders support educators in using technology to advance learning that meets the diverse learning, cultural, and social-emotional needs of individual students. This is not covered by Kansas assessments and MAP testing. We're just not going to get that data. We need to start with that data and then move on to the social-emotional aspects of each individual child. If we're only looking at data from standardized testing, then individualized instruction becomes a myth, and it does not have to be. So thank you for your time. Speak up if you see a child in need of services, and we will get it done. Thank you.